Hi, everyone! Welcome back to Special Presentation with Mike and Ethan. Or,
Alf will not be seen tonight.
I say welcome back because we tried to do this one show last week, but we failed. We got completely derailed, and Mike went on such a epic rant that we had to include it as an episode. So we're gonna try again. We're
Yeah,
gonna talk about the two episodes, the
yeah.
two TV specials where Charlie Brown gets cucked by his own dog.
And yeah, not Big Johnson this time. We're not talking any Big
No,
Johnson.
no.
Anyway, so the things that we watched were it Life is a Circus, Charlie Brown.
Life is a Circus, Charlie Brown was the first one. This one apparently came out in 1980, the year. So I was a couple of months old when this came out. I had never seen it before. Had you seen this one before?
This one I have seen before. I saw this when I was a kid. I think I saw it on. I think we had it on VHS.
Oh wow! Did you get it at a gas station?
No, I think we recorded it off TV actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, at the time they were doing a lot. In like 1990 or so, they started selling Peanuts specials at like Chevron or something. So I think that was also where you could get the two Skywalker Kids specials.
Oh,
So
okay. Well, you know how it is. They love Peanuts love selling out.
yeah. Oh man, Peanuts love selling out. I still treasure that Mad Magazine article about things you can bet were never said. And it had a picture of Charles Schultz saying, if there's one thing we don't want around here, it's commercialism.
Oh, was Bill Watterson working for Mad at that point? Well, so the first one is Life is a Circus, Charlie Brown, and the second one was what is it? Snoopy Gets Married, Charlie Brown.
Yeah, Snoopy's getting married, Charlie Brown.
Yes, and we
Yes.
established last time
Snoopy's
Snoopy.
getting married, Charlie Brown. Better sober up.
Yeah, we established last time that in both of these specials, Snoopy is essentially dating the same dog because there is
Yes.
only one kind of lady dog, and that's a poodle. So,
Yes.
but she has different names in them. In
Yeah.
the circus,
I guess it's two different poodles, but they look pretty much identical, except that I guess one of them is slightly more Snoopy scaled, and the other one might be a toy poodle.
yeah, Fifi from the circus is slightly smaller, I think. And
Yes.
what is the dog's name in the other one? It's got some weird name.
Genevieve, yeah.
Genevieve, yeah.
Genevieve.
Genevieve, oh, French, oh.
Like her name is John Vive.
Yes. These
Enormous John Vive.
enormous John, no, joie de vivre.
I've got an enormous Genevieve.
She has the how you say the enormous Genevieve. Quoi c'est
We have
particulièrement.
an enormous joie de vivre.
The French.
French.
That fine French wine. Okay. Anyway, so yes, you said both of these are specials about Snoopy getting. Charlie Brown getting cucked by his dog, or Snoopy
Yes.
leaving Charlie Brown for a dog, a girl dog.
Except that he never gets around to leaving him in the second one. So this first one, the first one that I watched at least was Life is a Circus, Charlie Brown. Do you believe that life is a circus?
I don't. Yeah, life is a circus, and all we got is clowns.
Yeah.
Now put that on a T-shirt. It's hard to soar with eagles when you're working with turkeys. Oh boy, I got a million of them. Life is a circus, and Charlie Brown's life sure is, because actually it's not. His life is boring and sucks, and that's why Snoopy decides to take a career in the arts.
Yeah. One thing that I like about this one is that Snoopy, and it starts with Snoopy hearing the calliope as the circus train pulls in, and they've got a menagerie car full of elephants and also camels and giraffes. I was like, okay, elephants, yeah, there are elephant acts. Camels, I can see at the circus. Giraffes? Do they have giraffes at the circus?
Now that you mention it, I've never seen a giraffe at a circus. I think I've always assumed they did, just because when I think of big animals, elephants and giraffes, right? Sure. But Yeah, now think about it, I don't think they. What would a giraffe do at a circus?
Yeah, would a giraffe have an act,
It's
or would they
like
just like stand there while somebody climbed up and down their neck or something?
I feel like a lot of would literally be like, "Hey, check it out, this giraffe, pretty tall, huh?" It's like, yeah. I mean, look, yeah, I get it. The giraffe is tall, and if I were like, like a 16th century like explorer, I'd probably be really impressed with that, But like as an American in 2025, I'd be like, yeah, who gives a shit? I see tall
Yeah,
things all the time.
yeah.
Um, I,
Big deal, giraffe.
yeah. Well, oh, you're real tall. Well, we make buildings taller than you all the time. What are you
Yeah.
gonna do?
Why don't you do something useful and start a toy store? We don't have one of those anymore.
Yeah, we don't. We really don't. So what's so
And that
yeah.
sucks. I mean, like the first time I ever came to visit you, we were like, "Oh, what is there to do in this town? Let's go to Toys R Us."
God, you remember KB Toys? Do you remember that one?
Yes, I loved KB Toys. It was like falling down in a ball pit full of toys.
God, I can't believe that Mitt Romney killed it.
Yeah, he killed them both.
Oh,
Both of them were bought by Bain Capital.
both cool. Mitt Romney just hates children.
Yeah, Mitt Romney just is the reason that we don't have major toy stores in this country anymore. Unless there's another one I haven't heard of. Is Child World still around?
I never heard of it. As far as I know, the only stores that exist anymore are what do you call those stores that just sell like rustic decor? Like, you go,
World Market,
yeah, like that kind of like that still exists.
Pier One.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, would you like some beige home decor? Because we still have lots of stores that sell that. But everything else, you just have to go to the internet. Are you looking for goods? We don't have them here. Okay. Anyway, so Snoopy, he joins the circus. There are giraffes at the circus. There are
Yeah,
camels.
he doesn't think he's joining the circus, but then a little girl comes out with 3 poodles behind him, and he just trails along like woo, like when a cartoon character smells a pie and they drift along on the scent like a track.
Yeah, this is kind of he's kind of getting kidnapped, honestly, because
Yeah.
and then they just decide like, hey, you're in this act, you're in this dog act now. Now, if I were in the circus and I had a trained dog act, I probably wouldn't just like grab any dog off the street and be like, guess what, you're in the act now. It's like, yeah, you don't find it some. And you act like, why this dog needs more training. Yeah, he does. He's a random dog you just pulled off the street. Well, he's not as. What do you expect? Don't really know why.
You saved him from the sausage factory. You gotta train him.
They really are very determined for Snoopy to be in this, because it's like, the colonel who runs the circus is like, your act needs a trapeze thing. You're in the trapeze now. Your act needs more color, so you're pink now. So, they're doing a lot of stuff like that. But it's like, you're really putting a lot of effort into like just making this random dog palatable for the circus. You don't really need to. Well,
You could get a better dog,
yeah. I mean, what is Snoopy really bringing to the table here?
He kind of does pratfalls for the most part.
Yeah.
But then again, maybe these are just, whatever animals they could find. Because looking at the scene where the circus is getting set up, these are the sleepiest elephants I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is. You can tell it's a discount circus because like they put all the animals in the same like car when they're leaving. So it's like,
Yeah, they're not even separated by anything.
yeah, it's like, wait, you're putting the lion in with like the camel? Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how they do it in this circus.
That's what happened to the unicorn.
Oh, they're rats and bats and cats and elephants galore, but a fucking unicorn. So my main takeaway from this is I fucking hate Snoopy. I hate him. I don't like him. I don't like Snoopy. He is ungrateful. He is ungrateful, disrespectful dog. And I don't like the way he treats Charlie Brown.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel that he is more respectful to Charlie Brown in the other special?
Yeah, to for a given degree of respect, like he's civil to Charlie Brown in the other one, but he still seems to see Charlie Brown as like, oh, guess what? You're gonna pay for my wedding. You're paying
Yeah.
for my wedding. He's like, because the other special is like basically Snoopy falls down on his job as a watchdog so he can go get some tail, and then tells Charlie Brown, "I'm getting married. You're paying for everything. Oh, by the way, I got jilted at the altar. Have fun picking up the tab." So it's just like, I mean, Snoopy's just an asshole. Fuck this dog. Fuck this dog. I'm sorry. Like, you know what? I'm sorry, but like Charlie Brown feeds him, gives him a home, all this shit. And does Snoopy ever show the smallest amount of gratitude for the comfy life Charlie Brown provides? No. No, he doesn't. But I do like that the circus special gives a little insight into how Snoopy first came into Charlie Brown's life. Um,
Yeah, there's a whole story here that has actually been this is recounted from the comic strip itself, so it is canonical that Charlie Brown was bullied on the playground at age like 5 or so, and his parents, kind of bundled him away from the kid who dumped a big pail of sand on his head, and then they bought him a dog. And he didn't even ask for the dog, as far as I can tell.
Again, like this is such a quintessentially depressing Peanuts thing. Like when I heard this story, I was like, okay, there's no way this is made up. This is an actual thing that happened in real life, probably to Charles Schultz. I bet this is
Wow,
how he
you
got.
think?
I
Yeah.
bet 100% this is how he ended up getting a dog because it does. It's a very true to life thing. Like I could see this happening in real life. It's if you're making up a story about a kid getting a dog, you would probably be like, well, he goes to the pound and he sees the dog and they have this instant connection and he knows this is the dog for him. He knows I have to take this dog home because I love this dog is for me, right? It would be like
That
how
is what happened to my brother. He saw his first dog, Hershey, on display at like PetSmart during a dog adopting thing, and he was just like, "Oh, there she is. That's my dog."
yeah. I mean that's how it is sometimes, It was like when we went to the shelter and Sandy came and just sat in my lap and I was like, well, this is my cat now.
Yep.
Like a story like that would be like something, if you're making it up, you would make something up like that. But this story about like getting bullied and your parents are like, this kid's a real sad sack. Let's get him a dog. So at least maybe he'll have one friend. Maybe this will distract him from his awful personality or something. Like that's a real thing that would happen in real life. Like parents would probably be like, we don't know how to we do not know how to deal with this intrinsic this problem, which is that like your whole life is shit, Charlie Brown. We don't know how to deal with this. Have a dog. That's the sort of thing that like a parent would do in real life, just out of desperation. And so I believe it really happened. It just feels it's very much the thing you'd expect in Peanuts, where it's like, oh, there's no there's no connection or catharsis that comes from this moment. It is just like this thing that happened in a string of kind of like depressing incidents.
Yeah.
Anyway, but again, that is part of the magic of Peanuts. Is it's the one thing in American culture that is allowed to be depressing, and
Yeah.
and everybody loves it. In fact, when we watch those new ones that are not depressing, where they're like, it's all about how we're good friends. It's like, that's weird.
Yeah, it feels like it feels like a different world, like Peanuts from an alternate universe.
Yeah. So I'm saying
it's a different nut. It's like cashews or something.
Yeah. So I'm saying I do not like Snoopy. I do not like him, but he fits into the Peanuts universe, and obviously the world and what is Charles Schultz is trying to say up the world. Snoopy makes sense, and obviously this speaks to people because it's very popular.
Mm-hmm.
More power to you if you like the Peanuts. The only kind of did you hear about the flood in the insane asylum, by the way?
No. Tell me about the flood in the insane asylum.
Well, someone yelled peanuts.
Oh.
My dad told me that joke when we were watching Peanuts. once when I was a kid. I didn't get it. I get it now.
I just like,
You know,
yeah, I mean, what?
it took me a little while. It took me 40 years, but I got it. And then I was like, "Oh, that's not a shmoo; it's a penguin." Okay.
Why did somebody yell peanuts? Well,
Well,
maybe it was Chico Marx outside going peanuts.
yeah. And see, the thing is, all the people in the insane asylum. Now, in old days, you might call someone in a less enlightened time. You might call someone with mental health issues a nut, and so the people in the asylum would be nuts, and they were like, "Oh, we're hearing that we should pee," so they all peed at the
Yes.
same time, causing a flood
Yeah.
of urine. Okay.
Yeah, they were like they heard someone saying pee and they're like, "Oh, I wonder if that's for us." And then he said nuts. So it's like, "Oh, that is us. Let it fly."
Let's do it. Anyway, so Snoopy, don't like him. I don't like his treatment of Charlie Brown. Garfield treats John so much better. You
Yeah,
know.
he really does, which is weird. I mean, I can't. You look at Garfield's the way Garfield treats John. I always think of the strip where John goes, "I need some female companionship, Garfield," and Garfield's like, "Okay, John," and he comes back in like a dress and wig with makeup and a purse and goes, "You realize I'd only do this for you."
See, Garfield. Yeah, see, Garfield actually, on some level, I know he doesn't. He has feelings for John.
Yeah.
Like how many Peanuts specials have we watched where the plot is Snoopy abandons Charlie Brown because he thinks he can get a better deal, and then in the end he realizes he can't, so he just comes back like it's his due. Comes back in, knocks down the door, raids the refrigerator, and goes and just sleeps on his house. Not even a "I'm sorry" to Charlie Brown. He's just like,
I mean, that's literally what happens at the end of
that's
this
what happens in this
special.
one.
So.
And I feel like it's happened multiple times. Like, this happens a lot. Like, Snoopy is always trying to go rise to a higher station in the world. He thinks he's better than Charlie Brown, but it never happens, and he never reflects on this. But Garfield, how many times has Garfield been like, "Fuck you, John, I'm doing it alone. I'm gonna go move in with, I don't know, a better owner"? Never. It's never happened.
Let's see. There was one storyline where John asked Garfield to go get the paper, and Garfield was like, "Well, I wonder what would happen if I just kept walking and didn't pick up the paper." Well, I guess I'm going to find out. And Garfield spent the next 6 weeks away from home, and among other things, he joined the circus and worked under Binky.
Oh, wow. Well, but that's still a little different. I feel like the difference here is that's Garfield is like, "I'm being treated badly, so fuck you, I'm leaving." Where Snoopy is like, "Oh, I have everything here fine, but I can do better, so fuck you, I'm leaving."
No. Well, we still have not actually watched Snoopy Come Home, and that does touch on some of those issues.
Well, if it were me, I would be like, "Snoopy, don't bother coming home. What do you contribute? What do you fucking contribute? Fucking fuck-ass beagle." Bullshit. Anyway, I'm not feeling the Snoopy love today. These two do not make me like Snoopy. But yeah, so Snoopy joins the circus. He does a tightrope act. No, a trapeze act.
He does a tightrope and trapeze and unicycle act, which he has to pretty much learn on the fly.
Yeah, it is funny how resigned Charlie Brown is to this new situation. Charlie Brown goes to the circus and sees Snoopy there. This is how he finds out at this, and he's just like, "I wonder if Snoopy's coming home." I guess not. This is it. He's just like, It's like it's like, imagine in real life the circus steals your dog, and you're like, "Oh,"
Huh.
I mean, Charlie Brown isn't like, he's kind of upset about it, but it's also since he lives in a world where there are no adults, he can't really complain to anyone about this.
Yeah. I mean, there's the Colonel, but we never see him, and the only human employee we see of this circus is the little girl Charlie Brown's age that is the poodle trainer.
Yeah. So it is funny though that every other Peanuts character is basically like, "Well, Charlie Brown, you shouldn't stand in Snoopy's way if he wants a career in the arts." Everyone else is very supportive of Snoopy's choice to join the circus.
Yeah,
Charlie Brown's a
yeah.
little.
I mean, you have to realize that to other people, Snoopy is a funny-looking kid with a big nose. They're aware on some level that he's a dog, but only Charlie Brown is, only Charlie Brown fixes his food. For the rest of them, he's just like, another member of the gang.
Yeah.
So to them, Charlie Brown's saying like, "Hey, I pay your rent and cook your food." It just sounds like a parent telling a kid, "Don't you be getting above your raisin. I don't want you going to no college."
I do like when he's like, he doesn't need a career. His career is being my dog.
There's not a lot of opportunity to advance in being your dog.
No. I mean, that's kind of it. Um, well, what, but anyway, so Snoopy joins the circus. But it turns out the circus is not all it's cracked up to be. For one thing, they want to dye him pink, and I guess that's a bridge too far.
That seems they want to dye him pink with food coloring. When what's funny is that the food coloring just washes off, so it wasn't very good food coloring.
No, it really wasn't. I guess they just figured we're never gonna wash his dog. We're a circus. So he and
also they rename him Hugo the Great.
Oh, that's right. And I guess because they never interact with Charlie Brown, so there really is no way that they know his name is Snoopy.
Initially they're just calling him Beagle.
Yeah.
Also, when he first comes out, he's wearing a bow, and to the other kids' credit, nobody shames him for wearing a bow.
Yeah, good on them. Good for her. Good for her. So they, but then Snoopy and Fifi are running away from the circus. Kind of a little switcheroony there. But Fifi eventually decides she can't live this button-down life, and she decides to go back to the circus. I guess it's sad, but like she's not really a character. She hasn't really done anything.
No. Honestly, she reminds me of the Two Stupid Dogs episode where the little dog falls in love with a wind-up poodle that does backflips.
Oh, yeah, that's a good comparison. I guess we're supposed to be like, oh, it's sad that Snoopy is, I guess, he's no unrequited love again or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Charles Schultz just loves these doomed relationships. Sure. Whatever. I guess people like feeling bad because they like peanuts.
Yeah. One thing I think is very funny about this one is that when Linus speaks, this kid has such a weird cadence. This kid sounds like he is absolutely furious with Charlie Brown. There is this edge of steel in every syllable when he says, "Well, Charlie Brown, I think you should support your dog's decision."
Yeah, Charlie Brown. Why are you stifling?
Sounds like he's about to strangle him.
Snoopy just wants to live. Why won't you let him live? Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, I think I said it before, like half the time I want to strangle Charlie Brown, so he's such a downer. God. He's always such.
So he's such a downer, but you also hate Snoopy. So it's like they really only work well together. So
yeah, you know what? Fuck them both. They deserve each other. These two, it's just this fucking codependent relationship. I'm not down with it. I don't like it. I don't like feeling bad. I like feeling good. I mean, that's my philosophy in life. I don't want any of these feel bad cartoons. Well, give it to your, you know what? All you hipsters can watch your feel bad cartoons. I want to go watch a nice popcorn, turn off your brain, have a good time kind of cartoon. Like,
The Brave Little Toaster.
Like the Brave Little Toaster, yes. like Grave of the Fireflies. Like Watership Down. Like When the Wind Blows. Like The Iron Giant. I'm trying to think what other sad cartoons are. Like Bambi. Shit, I don't know. Twilight of the Cockroaches.
Twilight of the Cockroaches?
Isn't that one sad?
Not really. I mean, it's grim, but there's kind of a happy ending where Naomi discovers that her children will be immune to the poisons that killed the rest of the town.
Oh, okay.
But
I guess I haven't watched in such a long time. I didn't remember.
yeah.
All right. Well, that's good.
You know,
Good
most
for them.
people just remember the part where there's inexplicably suddenly a stop motion talking poop.
Oh, Japan.
Are you prejudiced against droppings?
Yeah, they love poop jokes in Japan. They love them.
They love little spiraling piles of poop.
Yeah, they love them. Good for them. Good on them. What a country. You can't say mad at them. They're like the little country that could. They're the little nation state that could. Oh, they're so plucky. I love them. Love them. I love that little. I love that. I love that little. The miracle tiger. What do they call him? The little
Miracle Tiger?
little miracle
You
tiger.
mean Hobbs?
No, well, wasn't it? Was like, oh, I love the no. What was it? Oh, God, I'm trying to think when people used to say like, oh, the rising. I love that little rising sun. I love that little floating kingdom. I love that little Asian miracle something. What is it when they did really good in the economy?
Maybe?
Was it the tiger or something? I feel
Bubble
like
economy? I don't know.
I
I
feel
don't know what you're talking
it was
about.
some 80s thing where like
Miracle Tiger.
the Japanese economy was like doing good, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's the tiger because we're racist or something." I think I don't
Alex
know.
Kidd and Miracle Tiger.
I don't.
I have no idea what
remember. I'm just making. I'm just making noises at this point. Why not? Anyway, that does not. But hey, Japan, they're great. Love them. Great bunch of lads. Yep. Anyway, but we're speaking of peanuts. So anyway, they want to dye him pink. He doesn't like it. He runs away, breaks up with his poodle girlfriend, goes back to Charlie Brown, and he's like, "Feed me, Charlie Brown. I'm gonna eat." And there.
Oh, he doesn't even ask Charlie Brown to feed him. He just makes himself a giant sandwich to eat the pain away. And I think it really would have worked a lot better if. Okay, I'm going to rewrite this special just a little bit. We're going to have a scene where Snoopy has, just devoured this giant Dagwood sandwich, and it doesn't make him feel better, and he's still just sitting at the table staring at the empty plate, and Charlie Brown comes in, ready to read Snoopy the riot act, and, but then he stops because he reads the guilt and shame on Snoopy's face, and realizes that what Snoopy needs more than anything is someone who accepts him the way he is, the way the circus couldn't.
Yeah,
and just gives him gives him a pet like you do a dog, and Snoopy and that would be what made Snoopy feel better. And maybe rather than sleeping on his doghouse that night, he would come and sleep on Charlie Brown's bed or something.
I mean, it would be nice. It would be I would like it. I would appreciate an ending like that. I'm sorry, just Charles Schultz, throw us a fucking bone once in a while. Doesn't always have to be sad.
I guess the problem here is that you can't have Snoopy keep learning the same lesson and then not experience any growth. Is you're going to keep making these specials.
I mean, they could just come up with a different plot for a special. Not everyone. Yeah. But I guess that's the thing with Snoopy is he's pretty much his thing is like, I'm going to run away from Charlie Brown again. All right, fine, do their thing. Anyway, the second special. Gosh, I think there's even less plot in the second special, really.
Yeah, I mean, this is Snoopy's Getting Married, Charlie Brown is literally about Snoopy getting married, which is, it's just so hilarious, the idea that your dog is getting married.
It makes me think of, you remember when they had those, like, that one web cartoonist did, like, the fake Peanuts? And, and Charlie Brown is telling the story about, like, how his dog got, like, a key to the city. And Linus is like, you're acting like I don't know what happens when a dog comes to town. It's like that.
That's literally what happens in here. A child's dog's brother comes to town, just like in haircut practice. Yeah. So this is once again a story that is mostly about Spike taking a long journey and then leaving again.
Yeah, on Charlie Brown's dime.
Yeah. I mean, what? What do you kind of income do you think Charlie Brown has?
Well, wow. You know what? I mean, he's just a kid. I mean, he must have. He probably has an allowance. As far as I know, his dad is a barber, and I don't know if his mother has a
His
job.
dad is a barber and his mom is a housewife. And I do remember there was a series of strips that I guess was like parodying inflation because they were because everyone was sort of talking to Charlie Brown about how the price of haircuts is going up, and they were like, you and your family are going to be making a lot of money now, huh?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, we can eat steak every night and have our vacations on the Riviera." It's like, wow, I never knew barber sons were so sarcastic.
Well, he's probably just mad because he can't get a haircut.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. In the motocross special when he wins 5 free haircuts, and when of course his dad is a barber, and because his dad is a barber, he barely has any hair to cut.
Oh, is it canonical that like his dad just cuts all his hair off?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he always goes in to visit his dad, so why wouldn't he?
Oh my God! It turns out Charlie Brown wasn't bald this whole time. He was just getting his head shaved.
Yeah, he's supposed to have like a super thin, downy crew cut, and you just see like a little tuft in the front. He's actually blonde.
Oh, I did not realize that. I always just thought he was bald, which
Yep.
I
Everyone does, which is why they had to make it look really weird in the CGI Peanuts movie, because it just didn't look right to give him that tuft of fuzz. He had to have like one big gross armpit hair emerging from his head that was like the thickness of a grape stem.
yeah. It also, when I was a kid, and there's that one Peanuts special where they meet the girl with cancer.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I was always like, why are all the bullies picking on her for not having hair, but they never pick on Charlie Brown for not having hair?
Well, for him, it's a choice, apparently.
I mean, I know, like,
it's just his style.
I guess I thought as a kid, like, well, I guess because he's a boy, maybe it's okay for boys to be bald, but it's still, like, unusual for a child to be bald. And I feel like the bullies would zero in on that, They wouldn't be like, oh, this is slightly more gender conforming, so it's okay that this male child is bald. I think they'd still, like, pick on him for that,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying. But
well,
anyway.
I mean, apparently, there's a lot to pick on about Charlie Brown. I mean, there was remember the movie that we watched where Lucy spent like 2 minutes calling him fat.
Yeah. Wow. What a bitch. Which is like, there is a lot to pick on in him, but it's like he's not really that fat.
Yeah, he's not. There isn't really a fat kid in Peanuts.
No, this is like, oh my God, this is like when my wife was bullying me for being fat.
Yeah, except for that one time that Sally went to beanbag camp and came back fat.
Oh, I don't remember that episode.
It was in the strip. She went to this camp where instead of going on nature hikes, you just sit in a beanbag for a week and watch TV. And she came back fat.
Oh, well, that is interesting. Okay.
I mean, I'd go.
Yeah, it sounds like a great camp, to be honest. Okay. Well, anyway, this special, like we said, is mostly about Spike getting on a bus and like trying to make money so that he goes in a dog race, so he wins money so he can come see the wedding. But
he gets into a dog race and he actually beats all those greyhounds. Holy shit!
But it's apparently this is pretty impressive. But it's all for naught because the whole thing doesn't work out.
Yes. And you can really tell that this one was, let's say, Bowdlerized. Because this is, in fact, based on a storyline from the comic strip, where Snoopy falls in love with an unseen poodle, and they go to all this trouble to set up the wedding, and then she leaves him for Spike!
Oh, so I was expecting that to actually happen.
Yes, and they really set that up because when Spike meets Genevieve, they have this real moment, and Snoopy is really sweating over it. And then she just runs away with some other dog, when it was clearly intended to be, that she fell in love with Spike instead.
Yeah, I guess they were like, oh, maybe it's kind of like weird if Snoopy's brother cucks him. Maybe that's
Yeah.
kind of maybe that would cause some awkwardness between these two.
Yeah,
But
I wonder if somebody on the staff was like, "This is what happened to me. Can we do something else?"
yeah, you almost kind of wonder, but it's yeah. Instead, yeah, she runs off with what, a golden retriever.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine Charles Schultz drawing a golden retriever?
I he Charles Schultz seems like he has a limited number of things that he really wants to draw.
Yeah, he had. There was the cat character Farron who got written out of the strip because he was like, "I can't draw cats."
Yeah, I guess I can't like blame him for that because for some reason, a lot of cartoonists seem like they can't draw cats.
Yeah,
I
I know you like to bring up uh, Don Bluth in this situation.
Yeah, like Don Bluth does not know what a cat looks like, and a
Like
lot.
Banjo the Woodpile cat. Nobody in this looks like a cat.
Yeah, like I think also like a lot of like it's this weird thing with cats where they don't really have very prominent muzzles. They're
No.
little small ones, and for some reason that really jams up the works with a lot of cartoonists because they're like, I don't know how to draw this animal that doesn't have this gigantic muzzle. But it's like weird because it's like you do realize that like when you draw bears, you also because a bear in real life does have a gigantic muzzle, but they always just draw them like teddy bears and flat
Yeah.
faces. So it's like just draw it like that, I guess. Though cats don't really have flat faces; they have maybe a little bit. They got a
Yeah.
little snouty thing there, but anyway,
Cats and bears both have muzzles, but they also have eyes that focus forward like a human's.
yeah.
So it's kind of like if you imagine if a Tyrannosaurus got a rhinoplasty. There you go.
Yeah, there you are. Though they can also see you when you're still, so
Hmm.
they are higher mammals. So
They know when you're awake.
yeah, so you better be good. Anyway, so Snoopy, they do a bunch of like I guess just like normal wedding things because
Yeah.
they have a bachelor party for Snoopy.
Yeah, they have a bachelor party where no other dogs are in attendance. Not even Spike.
No, is Spike there? I think Spike is there.
Is Spike there? I thought he wasn't there.
He's there, but he doesn't seem to be enjoying it very much. He's just yawning the whole
Yeah.
time. And Snoopy seems to be freaking out because he's not going to be able to be a World War I flying ace anymore now that he's married.
Yeah, what was that? And I also, Genevieve is spending time with all the girls in the neighborhood. It's like, don't you know any lady dogs?
Um, this whole episode, if you think of it in the sense of like a bunch of kids being like, our dogs are getting married and just doing this kind of fantasy wedding, like as kids do, it kind of makes
Yeah.
sense. It all kind of makes sense. But
Wasn't that a Full House episode where they had Comet marry a neighborhood dog?
that feels like the sort of thing they would do. We don't want
Or
them
am I
living in
confusing
sin.
it with the one where Stephanie got married to her school friend and they didn't have a ring, so he gave her a stick-on Scooby-Doo tattoo?
Kids love getting married. It's one of their favorite things to do, to get fake married.
It's an adult thing,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we can't wait to get married so we can. What do adults do? I forget.
I remember one time when my sister was very, very little, she tried to marry our grandmother to her Ken doll. She was like, "Oh, you got." She was like, because she was trying to get my grandmother married. My grandmother was like, "No, I don't want to marry him. He doesn't please me." And
No.
my sister said, "You have to get married. You're already pregnant." So it was like, this is a very interesting game of house they've got going here. But anyway, so they have root beer at this bachelor party. They're careful to say that it's root beer.
Yes. I mean, just like Bloom County.
Yes.
They gotta have people swinging around these beer glasses, but you also gotta inform people that it's root beer. There is such a thing as alcoholic root beer.
Is there really?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I've made it.
Is it any good?
I mean, I wasn't drinking it for the alcohol.
Why did you wait a minute? Why did you make alcoholic root beer?
Well, I mean, it just naturally provides the bubbles.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay. I'm just wait a second, Ethan. I thought that you had never touched the devil's liquor.
yeah, it was like I mean it was like O'Doul's, you know, it was like
Uh-huh.
1.9% liquor, something
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Mm-hmm. Well. Look who's the now. Look, you're all Ethan being all high and mighty. Well, I don't. I'm a teetotaler.
I mean,
I've never had the alcohol. Well. Now who's laughing?
now you get to look down your nose at me at
Yeah,
all the times that I've come to your door, knee crawling, snot slinging, drunk on root beer.
that's right. Oh, I will definitely be looking down on you for your use of mind altering substances. Ethan. Okay.
Look, I just had too much, you know, sarsaparilla bark and sassafras. I had to use it up.
Well, Oh,
And
so wait,
wintergreen.
did you make? So you made it from scratch?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's kind of impressive. I just
It
assumed you.
it it wasn't all that great, honestly. I didn't drink a lot of it, and it made like 5 gallons, so I ended up wasting most of it.
Oh well, what did you do with it?
It's just eventually poured it out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nobody else wanted it.
Well, what? I would drink your alcoholic root beer.
Aw, you're the best.
Just next time you make it, put more alcohol in it.
I will.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I'll put more alcohol in it, and I'll invite you.
Yeah, you know what I like. You know
Yes.
what I like. I was like, Ethan, you know that I am not good with dealing with the pain of this world. I need to be
Yes.
fucked up all the time.
Don't worry. It's root. You know, it's not root beer. It's root clear. That's half root beer, half Everclear.
Oh, good. Well, that's exactly the way I like it. Put some turpentine in there. Anyway,
We call it the dip.
so Charlie Brown. Oh, he also has to buy a fucking tuxedo for his dog.
Yeah. And at one point, they just dressed the dog up as a chimp.
Yeah, that was a little confusing. But then I thought, like, oh, is it because they call tuxedos monkey suits sometimes?
Maybe.
Like, that's all I can figure.
Speaking of Roger Rabbit.
Yeah. I remember, like, I was funny because I was just. This scene just really reminds me, like, how much I hate suits. Because I was. Hmm?
I've only ever worn a suit once for prom, but I was like, wow, I look really good. Dude, I
See,
should wear that more often.
some guys can pull it off. Some guys look real
Yes.
good in suits. I fucking hate suits. They're the worst. I absolutely despise them. And
Have you tried the Miami Vice look where it's just the suit coat over like a t-shirt?
I haven't. That might be slightly better, but I'm just blah. Don't like them because I used to have to wear them for like work and stuff, and it's like, oh god, the fucking tie and the jacket and just everything. It's the whole deal, and it was just like, I fucking hate this shit. Hate it.
Was your tie a clip-on, or did you have to tie it
No,
yourself?
I actually had to do the actual tie thing. So
Wow.
I was like, no, I was like, it's just, I am, I'm glad. Hopefully, I'll never have to wear a suit again in my life. It's why I can never get married again because I'd have to wear another fucking suit. It's just like, that's also the worst part is wearing a suit to your wedding. It's like, oh, it's supposed to be a day when you get to have fun, but you got to wear a fucking suit. Ugh, that's lame. Ugh. I'm sorry. I don't like them. I do not like them. But that's me. That's why I'm a fucking cross-dresser.
Yeah.
I just realized, like, this is probably not a universal thing I'm talking about, where I'm like, oh yeah, don't you all hate suits? Don't you hate pants? And I'm like, oh, like Homer Simpson, Oh, probably not. Now that I think about it. Anyway, but yeah, because especially I was thinking this when they put Snoopy in the weird, like, Victorian suit with the jodhpurs or whatever he's wearing.
Yeah.
But and Spike too. So Charlie Brown has to buy 2 suits for dogs, which
Yeah.
I guess there's
And
this.
of course, Spike is a lot thinner than Snoopy, so he can't just borrow two of the same suit.
Yeah,
Can't buy in bulk.
yeah. That's so Charlie Brown. He always gets the worst of it.
Yeah. You know, was he wearing like a tux or anything for this event? No, none of the. Oh yeah, he was a tux with shorts, or maybe it's a skirt.
Yeah, Charlie Brown. He's always got that black thing.
Yeah, he's Charlie Brown. You know, you can't say that Charlie Brown is not taking this wedding seriously. He's wedding two pets together. It's like, did they have to go to City Hall for this?
You got to get the permit. I mean, like, well, the question is Linus an ordained minister? Like, is this a legally binding marriage?
I I don't know. It's like what does it mean? Does it mean that if Genevieve gets sick, that Snoopy will have visitation rights?
I mean, that's why she ran away ahead of time, I guess. She realized that this is actually a really big deal. It was too much for her.
Yeah.
I mean, Snoopy gets cold feet too, so I guess it's all for the best. He's getting cold feet, but like Charlie Brown is like, you have to fucking do it, man. They picked a ring
Yeah.
bearer. I feel like this is one of the few times when Charlie Brown really puts his foot down. It's like, you're getting fucking married. I will not have you living under my. She's gonna make an honest dog of you. You will not live in sin in my house.
It's a super dickery cover. It's like, sorry, Snoopy, but as head witch doctor of the tribe, I pronounce you man and wife.
It really is. Charlie Brown is like, this is happening. I mean, he's paid for the whole wedding, so I can see why he's kind of feeling that way. And then, of course, the wedding doesn't happen, and everyone is like, well, what about all the work we put into it? And Snoopy's like, I'm just going to eat this cake.
Oh, he doesn't even eat the cake. He eats the salad. He sits next to the cake and eats the salad. And it's just lettuce and tomatoes.
Yeah, it's like, well, once again, you don't make friends with salad.
No, you eat it.
Yeah.
And then we follow Spike on his journey all the way back to Needles to his apartment inside a cactus, where he has brought along the top layer of the wedding cake, and he just eats it in silence himself. And we don't get to see whether he eats the bride and groom on the top. I never knew if that was candy or not.
What do they usually like?
I don't know. I think maybe they're not.
Yeah, I don't know. Aren't you supposed to save those? Like for some reason?
Yeah, you save the top layer of the cake for your first anniversary.
Oh, okay. Year-old cake. Great.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do that. We do
Oh,
have.
what was your wedding like? I missed it.
Did we? I don't think. Did I know you at that point?
I don't think so. I think you were already married by that point.
Oh, okay.
In 2008.
Maybe I don't remember when I got married, honestly. So,
Worst husband ever.
well, you know, it's so many things happen in your life. I remember we got married at Caesar's Palace in Lake Tahoe. It was one of those like you buy a wedding package thing. For cheap, and it comes with you basically you do the wedding, they give you a cake with it, and they give you a bottle of wine, and you also get like there's a photographer takes pictures, and there's a video. The video though, they literally just had a camera up on the wall that shoots it. So
did you and your wife meet at the casino?
no, we were just like kind of like, well,
how long did you know each other? A week?
No, we'd been together 8 years at that point.
Oh, okay.
But we were kind of like, well, this is the cheapest thing to do it, and we don't really want to spend money on a wedding. So it was literally just my parents, her parents, my brother and sister, her brother, and her friend Jennifer, because Jennifer was the maid of honor and my brother was my best man, and that was like literally it. It was just it was very, very small, very, very low key.
Well, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. I mean, now that we're more established, I think one of these days we do the renewing our vows thing and have a big thing for that.
Cool.
But but maybe we'll do that next year.
Cool.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll do it in Klingon. Um,
I would not miss that for the world.
yeah. We were. The problem
Not
is,
that anyone's going to offer me the world to miss a wedding.
you have to make the hard choice. Well, the problem is all the cool people we know live so far away that like it's kind of like, what are you gonna do? Have no one's gonna come to this thing. So anyway, but
Yeah, we have friends in Korea you can't invite.
yeah, it's like it's a good thing. I'll just have a thing where I can invite everyone. No one's gonna come, because what are you gonna do? That's fucking life. That's the way it is these days in this
Live
modern
stream
world.
it.
Live stream it, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I guess my wedding was more successful than Snoopy's then.
Yeah.
We did afterwards go to have a dinner at a Swiss restaurant because there was a Swiss restaurant in.
Swiss restaurants.
Yes.
Swiss? I have no idea what Swiss food is like. I mean, I know they have cheese and chocolate, but there's got to be more to it than that.
It's mostly fondue.
Okay.
And
so it was cheese. Okay.
Yeah. They fucked it up though. So because we got 2 fondue pots because there was a lot of people, but they put double cheese into one and none in the other. So one was like literally like water, and so we were like very underwhelmed. And it was like, thanks for ruining my wedding, you stupid idiots. Anyway, I don't know if that restaurant's still there or not, but
wow, you're a real bridezilla.
well, I just well, it was my special day, and I wanted everything to be perfect, and then this restaurant ruined it all. I just want to die now. Anyway,
I'm so disappointed that show didn't have a sequel series called Pregzillas.
Oh well, I'd watch that.
Yes.
Anyway,
or Momthras.
Momthras.
Yeah.
Well, I guess because it's funny watching, it's funny watching women be bitches on their wedding. But if you have a show out there just being bitches in general, it's like, geez, I kind of feel sorry for their family now.
Yeah, it is.
Though, honestly, I would still kind of be like, I don't know, it's kind of hot.
Yeah, I like the idea of making a whole show out of, okay, it's just Girls Gone Wild, but it's just like security camera videos of women throwing tantrums.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally just like, it'd be just MILFs Gone Wild, It's just like, I mean, I feel like, I don't know, like actually now there's kind of an appeal to this show.
Do people even remember Girls Gone Wild anymore?
Probably.
Can you believe that there was a whole cottage industry out of, we got video of drunk women taking their tops off at Cancun?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy though. Apparently, now I don't know this because I've never seen Girls Gone Wild.
Me either.
Apparently,
just ads.
Yeah, the ads. Like it used to be in the day. Like if like at a certain chunk of time between midnight and 3 a.m. every commercial was just Girls Gone Wild.
Yeah. Or it was Tybo.
Yes. Wow. That was really a thing, wasn't it?
It really was.
Yeah. Everyone was doing Tybo with Billy Banks. But Girls Gone Wild, supposedly, if you actually ordered them, and by the way, you can't get Girls Gone Wild in stores. This special offer is not available in stores. You have to order it through the hotline. But if you actually order the Girls Gone Wild tapes, and I think it was a series of tapes, and I think they actually came it was like a subscription model, kind of like Sweet Pickles, and they would just send you tapes.
Did it also come on a bus?
Yeah, well, actually, wasn't there a bus involved in the ads?
I think there was, yeah. Oh my God, is this what happened to Sweet Pickles?
Yeah, it became the Bang Bus. So I think the
Venga Bus.
The Venga Bus. It's like, hey, Girls Gone Wild's coming from Maine to San Francisco, every single disco. Anyway, what I was told is that actually the first 2 tapes or so were like Girls Gone Wild stuff. The footage of a girl in Cancun taking her top off, like co-eds, drunk co-eds. And then after that, they just gave up on the concept and it was just regular porn. And which I guess is like you're probably at that point like you're too lazy to actually unsubscribe, because this was back in the day when it was harder to get porn. The
Yeah.
internet was just in its infancy. And
And there was no way to just, and people weren't just immediately ripping the tapes they were getting and uploading them to the internet, because we just didn't have a pipe thick enough to send it into your house at that point.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
no YouTube.
No, and even if you did, a lot of people were still using like video cassettes at that point. It wasn't easy to rip
Yeah.
those, not like a DVD. So it was a very different world. So a lot of people were probably just like, porn, whatever. That's good. That's fine. It's fine. That's good too. I just imagine that there are probably some people who are like, I really just get off on that very specific scenario of like drunk co-eds kind of doing this, like, woo, which I get, because it's
Yeah.
like, okay, there's I mean, there's a spirit of fun involved there that you might not get in like a staged porn production where it's like, these guys are working. Though, as I understand, the guys who made Girls Gone Wild were pretty sleazy. I know, shocking.
Oh yeah.
Shocking.
I mean, you would have to be to market inebriated woman taking advantage of them.
Yes. Now, when I said spirit of fun, I mean more like the watching it. You'll be like, these ladies are having a great time. Oh, it's fun. I can jerk off to this. But in reality, the women were not. There was not a lot of mind paid to getting informed consent to filming these drunk women and putting their naked breasts in this video that wasn't sold everywhere. I think they got sued a few times because of this, and
I think for that reason, they avoided doing anything but naked breasts.
Yeah, makes sense. The only other thing I remember about them is the guy appeared on Dr. Phil in the Dr. Phil costume.
That's right. Yeah, and he was. His point was that Dr. Phil is, just as much taking advantage of his patients as he is of the girls, the titular Girls Gone Wild, and damn, got him.
Yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. It's just whom amongst us? Whom amongst us? But anyway, that was the world of the early to mid '90s.
Yes.
What a world.
The world in which the specials that we already watched, It Was My Best Birthday Ever, Charlie Brown, and It's the Pied Piper, Charlie Brown, were born into.
Yeah.
Just think, you could have been watching It's the Pied Piper, Charlie Brown, and then it could tick over to 9 o'clock, and suddenly it would be Girls Gone Wild.
Yeah. I remember, the channels got real weird at night. Real weird.
Yeah.
Because, I do remember, like, watching, there was, like one channel that would, at certain, like, in the daytime, sometimes it would be one channel in the day, and then at night it would turn to a different channel, Like,
Yeah.
Nickelodeon, then Nick at Night. But, like, there was another channel, I don't remember what it was in the daytime, but at night it turned to Bravo. And this was in Europe. So Bravo in Europe is different than Bravo in America. Bravo in Europe was actually this channel. I guess you would call it a lads channel.
Oh.
But like it was what it was, and I actually really liked it because it was literally a channel that was like their marketing strategy is like, hey, do you like weird fucked up shit? We've got it here. This is the channel for weird fucked up shit. So like it would literally
I want to watch that channel.
Oh, it was great. Like I remember like at night suddenly it would be like, hey, guess what? Meet the Feebles is on.
Ooh.
It was like,
oh man. This is where you would see Street of Crocodiles or something, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, it was insane stuff. You would see, like, just like at night, it would be like, I remember their ad campaigns, like, are you...
Eraserhead?
Yeah, Eraserhead. They had, like, David Cronenberg movies. They had, like, all this anime. They had all this weird-ass shit, which you'd never see in the mid-90s. But, like, I remember, like, staying up to 3 a.m. just watching this channel, because it's, like, crazy stuff. And occasionally they would just be like, okay, guess what? We're just showing porn. Which, was also, as like, being, 14, I was like, this is also fine. But, like, a lot of their they were artsy pornographies because it wasn't like straight up porn. It was the I don't know, the erotic adventures of X type stuff.
That is the best kind of porn, where you can tell that that what they really want to be doing is like an Ingmar Bergman movie, but they got to squeeze porn in there.
Yeah, like I think that's where I first saw Dr. Caligari and Flesh Cafe and Pink Narcissus, actually. But so a lot of interesting stuff on Bravo, but unfortunately, eventually it just went complete lads channel, which meant like just be like, oh, what if like I guess. I guess that would basically make it the equivalent of what was the one here in America where they showed like
like Spike TV.
That's it, Spike TV. Yes, it was basically became Spike TV eventually, and that was a lot less interesting because it was just like Gary the Rat. Okay, it's like
new episodes of Ren and Stimpy. Well, 1.5 new episodes of Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, I hear they weren't very good.
It depends. I kind of liked. I mean, as a dedicated Ren and Stimpy head, I found a lot to like, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, it is better. It was better when they had limits to chafe against, because you can just do fuck all whatever. Then it feels like they're struggling.
Yeah, that's a big problem for Seth MacFarlane as well. I've noticed because that's why a lot of his early work is quite clever. And then when they're saying like, hey, you can just do rape jokes all day if you want to, and he's like, do I ever? So sometimes people do their best work when they're on a leash. Look at Terry Gilliam.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Look at he whose name must not be mentioned, Neil Gaiman.
Yeah.
Keep him on a leash for sure. Anyway,
how about Alan Moore?
Yeah. Oh, Alan Moore. There's a good example. Anyway, so Peanuts. What do we think of them?
Peanuts. You know what? I mean, my opinion has not changed. That I grew up loving the Peanuts comic strip, and I watched these specials whenever I could see them as a kid, but I saw so few of them that I wasn't really able to make up my mind as to how well they capture the feeling of the comic. And as part of this show, I've gotten to watch a lot of them, and I feel they fail. I feel that there is so much more appeal to the actual Peanuts comic strip that these cartoons just really struggle at trying to capture.
Yeah.
And again, I've mentioned before that it's the fact that Snoopy is a totally different character in the animation than he is in the strip, because when you take away his voice, you take away so much that's good about Snoopy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good point. It's a very different vibe. Thanks a lot, Bill Melendez.
Yeah.
I grew up being pretty indifferent to Peanuts, and watching these as an adult, I'm kind of like, as I said, I kind of blow hot and cold. Some days I'm like, yeah, I kind of get it. And other days I'm like, fuck Snoopy.
I think today is a fuck Snoopy day, but tomorrow may not be. You never know.
Yeah, I'm just feeling very uncharitable towards that dog tonight. So but who knows? Maybe that will change next time when we watch. I don't know. He's Your Dog, Charlie Brown, or whatever it is that we see next time.
Yeah, maybe we should pull the trigger on Snoopy Come Home. Maybe that'll change your mind about Snoopy.
I do remember, God. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's do it. Let's see. Let's see if this actually makes a difference. So,
all right,
Snoopy Come Home.
So this is. It turns out to be a 3-parter about Snoopy cucking Charlie Brown, but we forgot to actually talk about Snoopy in the first part.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm sure everyone had a lot of fun with Big Johnson. Because who doesn't have fun with a Big Johnson?
Man, I mean, now Snoopy is practically a Big Johnson character. I mean, I see people wearing these Snoopy shirts that say, "I'll do it tomorrow." Is that a Snoopy phrase? Why did you need Snoopy on this image?
Oh yeah, it's kind of like how do you remember like Garfield shirts in the '80s where Garfield would be just doing completely random things like riding a motorcycle or you know.
Yeah.
There's actually like a shirt at Hot Topic where it's like Garfield and he's a wizard, and every time I see it, I'm like I kind of want it, but also like I'm not paying $30 for for like a a shirt that a mom would get at a thrift store. You know what I'm saying? Like I see it, I was like, that is a shirt that a really slutty mom would get at the thrift store. But like, I'm not paying top dollar for it. Come on, it's Hot Topic. I know it's gonna fall apart in like a week. So, you know.
This is my favorite Garfield shirt. The one where Garfield has his arms and legs crossed and says, "As long as you live under my roof." And there's like a bunch of words in the background saying, "My roof, my rules. My roof, my rules."
I like the kind of implication that like Garfield is your disapproving father. Who's like, he's out there earning a living, putting food on the table for your ungrateful ass. And so it's like, he's Garfield. He's like, what he's Garfield. What is he gonna do?
I just don't get how they haven't started, marketing all of the Garfield memes. Why can't we get a Garfield shirt that is Garfield being thrown out of a window?
Oh yeah, I want the in of the oven.
The what?
Like how the meme where it's like, how come of in out in the food, eat the food.
Yeah. Oh, the oven one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You cut out for a second
Oh,
there.
sorry. Yeah.
And I also want the one of Garfield being eaten by a bear.
Oh yeah. Oh, Garfield. You know what? There's no bad Garfield memes. They're all gold. See, Garfield's great. We should everyone should appreciate Garfield.
Yes, we have always been on record as being pro Garfield, but we didn't realize that we were, very, mid to meh on Peanuts.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that is the line of truth on that. Peanuts,
Yeah.
meh. Garfield, yeah. All right.
Yeah. I mean, is Garfield bad sometimes? What was the worst Garfield thing we watched?
Probably Garfield the movie.
Yeah, probably was.
But we haven't seen A Tale of Two Kitties yet, so
No, that might be worse. Yeah. What was the worst animated Garfield thing we saw?
Oh God, it was probably, it was that. Oh gosh, it's probably that like weird French web series where Garfield.
Oh yeah, yeah. That one just felt like. It didn't feel like a Garfield thing. It felt like Garfield had been substituted in for some French character they didn't have the rights to.
Yeah,
like that Garfield Game Boy game that was also a Mickey Mouse or real Ghostbusters game.
Yeah. I almost said that Garfield gets real, but I'm like, no, that wasn't bad. That was insane.
No.
It was absolutely fucking insane. Probably the most insane thing ever put on film. And that's saying a lot considering what we've watched.
Would you say it was still crazier than Garfield's Pet Force?
Ah, God, you know what? That is a...
Those two are kind of equally insane, and they build on each other.
Yeah, the fact that Garfield's Pet Force builds on it makes Garfield's Pet Force technically more insane. But I think we see more of this insane things on screen with Garfield Gets Real.
Right.
Garfield.
So actually, maybe the worst one is Garfield's Fun Fest, because that was kind of the most meh one.
That was pretty mid. I mean, that was pretty like, why is this even made? I remember nothing from that one. But at least Garfield seemed to be in character. I can't remember who did the voice. Was that Frank Welker's Garfield in those?
That was Welker. Yeah.
Welker.
I mean, he was doing okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But but I mean. My problem with Frank Welker is that, he's doing a Lorenzo music voice. He's not really making Garfield his own.
Right.
And, love or hate Chris Pratt, he immediately made Garfield his own, and you immediately forgot that you weren't listening to the original voice of Garfield.
Yeah, I gotta hand it to that asshole. He does a good Garfield. But maybe that's why I got him for Mario too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's a good voice actor. I can't, however I feel about him as a person, which I blow hot and cold on, is unrelated to the fact that he's doing these characters very well.
Yeah.
They could probably get him for someone else. God, what if he was the voice of Snoopy?
Well, then maybe if he had maybe if he had Chris Pratt's voice, I would not hate Snoopy as much because
Huh.
he is very personable. That Chris Pratt, Chris
Yeah.
Pratt, people love him a lot. He's like if I don't know. He's like if Pedro Pascal had instead of if there's a Pedro Pascal who instead of having a nice trans sister that he supported instead had Robert F. Kennedy as his brother, that's I guess Chris Pratt. So because very 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 charming, very charming. But anyway, yeah, we'll see how this Snoopy thing goes. I guess is that it? Is that all we got to say about Peanuts?
That is all. That is all we have to say about Snoopy, Charlie Brown.